Today we're joined by the first high jump national champion in Ole Miss history. He's got a big smile on his face because he knows what he accomplished. Arvesta Troupe, welcome to the Manning Room.
It's good. It's good to be here. Nice to see all y'all be here.
Yeah,
Here.
I think this is cool because look at the person around you too. You're seeing a lot of Manning stuff as well.
Yeah,
And
seeing a lot of Eli, definitely Archie, bunch of football stuff for real.
and now you're up there with the Mannings, man. When you think about it, you're a national champion at Ole Miss. I know you probably weren't thinking about that when you walked in, but I'm thinking about that because it's not often that I'm across from a national champ. What you accomplished is so freaking cool. You have such a cool story, and I can't wait to get into it. But now that there's been some time that you've been able to process it, have you been able to process? Well,
I have. I think I took it like less than I should have. I've been real calm and collective about it. I'm not jumping up and down. That's just me as a person though. But the feeling is definitely feels good for sure.
you don't seem like a guy that will carry the trophy to an interview, though.
Nah, not that type of guy.
I would have if I were you. I mean, but what was the reaction like after you won it? Could you believe what you did? What were your family response? What was the aftermath of you winning?
Reaction was definitely like it was just so surreal. I probably didn't express it a lot, but deep down inside, I knew what I accomplished. I knew what I worked for, and then the goal to come out on top as a national champion is just so blessing. Just such a blessed feeling. It felt so amazing.
So I want to catch some people who are watching, or just catch them up a little bit. So you won it at 7.3 3/4,
Yes.
and then you decided to jump 7.5 1/4. So you had already won it, and then you're like, I'm gonna jump even higher
Yeah.
than I just did, which I think, and excuse my language, but that is so badass
Yeah.
in my opinion. What made you want to jump even higher?
Really just going after a PR, of course, is always the goal, but really the school record, just chasing the school record that Ricky Robertson has. That's 7.7 1/4 is pretty high. But yeah, really just having that ambition to have the school record is really what kept me going.
The fact that you were still hungry, even did you know you won it by that
Yeah,
point?
yeah, I've
Okay.
definitely known I've won it.
Man, I feel like that's just the way, like what they instill in you all. I mean, just even though you've already won it, you still want to be better and chase.
Mhm.
What kind of work went into this? Your story, you're a walk on, I believe, correct?
Yes, say yeah. Walk
Well, you
on.
started as a walk on.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the journey like for you up to this point?
The journey was definitely like just unexplainable for real. Coming in, just basketball guy. I didn't know what to expect with track. It was such a new sport to me, but I knew I was ready to work, and I was falling really in love with it. And so I just really wanted to experience track and field and just learn more each and every day, getting up for practice.
So you said it, basketball guy in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Very good basketball player. You were averaging like what, 19 points per
Yeah,
game.
19, 20.
It's like top 10 in the state at the time.
Yeah, I believe so.
Something like that. What made you want to go into track and field?
Like I said, I was just falling in love. It was something that was new to me. And I feel like I had a higher ceiling in track and field. So be able to come to University of Mississippi, I feel was a better chance for myself, in the future, as well as education and athletic as well.
Basketball, though, were you signed to play anywhere? Did you?
Yes,
think
I was signed to a JUCO college in Mississippi, Pearl River Community College.
Okay.
I was signed to go there, but then last minute, after long, hard thinking, talks with family and friends, I just started to go with track and field.
What's been, I guess, some bumps in the road that you've had to take to get to this point?
Really just all coming down to if I made the right decision, honestly. Had to, like I said, learn a lot about track and field. There was things I couldn't do when I first got here, and it was frustrating at first, but I just kept the mindset of it will all work out in the end. God's timing, we can't rush and go through it all, just here to work for real.
Yeah. What were some of the things? Was it physical? Was it mental? Was it?
I say a little bit of both, physically and mentally. Like I never consider myself a track and field. Like that first year, I still was like, all right, I'm just a basketball player out here. I'm just trying, just running and gunning, you know. But yeah, mental aspect it was hard for sure, you know, cause you know coming in first years I didn't jump like anything what I jumped in high school. I jumped 7 foot. I couldn't achieve 7 foot my freshman year, so that was a little frustrating. But you know, my coach says you have to go down to come up. You know, the work is going to be there. Just trust the process.
It's amazing that you say you're a basketball guy because in high school you still won a state championship.
Yeah,
So to hear you be like, I'm just a basketball guy, and now I'm here, just
yeah. I feel like the experience in the track and field, like it wasn't there, so I couldn't just go around like just calling myself a track athlete. It just didn't feel real to me.
When did you finally feel like a track athlete? Like when did that moment finally hit you? Hopefully it wasn't when you won a national championship. I hope it was
Honestly,
a little sooner than that.
honestly, it was probably the start of outdoor in my sophomore year, and especially going to win SECs, not win SECs, I'm sorry, place third at SECs, just when I consider like, okay, maybe I'm a track athlete now. I got some accolades under my belt.
I can't believe it took you that long,
Yeah.
man. So I think I have it here. You cleared 6'4" without any prior training.
Oh yeah,
And then
6'4". No training at all. No, we didn't have a track at high school. Just nothing, just out there. The meets were practice for real.
Yeah. So you're from just outside of Tupelo, Fulton,
Yes.
Mississippi. So it's cool to see a Mississippi guy
Hmm.
to do this. But one thing I actually am curious: is there something super tough about high jump that the average person doesn't know?
I would definitely say a mental aspect. It's definitely hard mentally. You know, it may look like you're just running and jumping high, but it's so much more to it, you know, especially when you have to jump at heights that you know you can clear, you've cleared before, and there'll be times that you don't clear those heights that you cleared before. It can be really frustrating on your mental.
Yeah. Have you? We talked about the record at Ole Miss.
Uh-huh.
What is it again? It's 7.
7, 7.25.
And he's got this down pat. He knows. Have you jumped it before? When we talked about that mental aspect that you know you can be there.
No, I have not jumped 7 before. No.
You'll get there, man. I believe you. What about the conditions, especially with outdoor? Because shout out Tyler Wooten. I was reading his recap, and he mentioned the conditions were a little windy that day. Too.
Yeah, it was definitely the first few days out there in Oregon was hot, way more hot than I had expected. So when it came down the day of jumping, I'm like, sun's not out at all. I think it was like 50 that morning, and then by the time down to competition, it was around the 60s. I'm like, all right, why me? Why today? Why I have to get the worst day out of the week?
It's not that Mississippi humidity.
No, not at all.
And normally it's the South that prepares you for
sure.
for conditions, but of course in Oregon it's wet, rainy, and windy and all that stuff. Okay, a little bit about you outside of track and field.
Mhm.
That's okay. What do you do when you're not trying to high jump? I mean, who are you outside of track and field?
Honestly, I'm just a guy that loves, quality time with friends, family, just going out doing adventures for real. I love fishing. I go bowling a lot, just really a bunch of hobbies, just random side quests, as people be saying I be on random side quests.
Wait, so let's get into fishing. Where do you fish around here?
Out here, I fish at Sardis Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You fish anywhere else?
When I go back home, really find local ponds, fish. Sometimes I'll go to like the Pay Lakes, the Catfish Pond, fish out there.
Dang.
Just really, even when I see water for real, I might stop on the side of the road, have a fishing rod in the bag. I'll cast out there. I'm just wherever I can see water for real.
Have you ever taken your rods with you on like a trip? Like if you guys are ever on the road?
I've thought about it multiple times. I thought about putting a couple rods under the bus for sure.
Do you think Connie would be okay with that? I feel like
she would.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be 50-50.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah. I
right?
think, but in the long run, I think she would.
What's the biggest fish you've caught? Do you have that? You have that record down?
Ooh. Nah.
You got the high jump record memorized. You got to have your biggest fish memorized.
Biggest bass, I would say. I'm not really up there in bass. I would probably say like 6 or 7 pounds.
Okay.
I caught an alligator guard, but I can't can't really
How do you do that?
really just fishing, bro. But it broke off last minute, but I'm gonna still consider it a catch.
That's a catch, yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's a
might as well.
catch, yeah.
So there's no specific bait to like it just happened. Like you weren't trying to do that.
Nah, I really be using everything. Like I'll take chunks of like chicken gizzard and I'll put Kool-Aid. I'll mix them up in Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
What's the Kool-Aid do?
Just the magic sauce. The Kool-Aid just puts the scent out there, especially when you're catfishing. But yeah, Kool-Aid, you have your artificial bait. But really, most frequently, I'll just be using live bait. I get it at the bait store.
I'm learning so much. You mentioned bowling was the other one.
Yeah.
You're talking to a bowler.
For real?
Yeah. What's your what's your high score?
It's not too high. I want to say around like 190.
190 is good. Like, I mean, how often do you really get out there though? When you think about it.
Really often. I used to go like at least once a week.
Really?
Now I really to cut back, within being season. I own 2 bowling balls, so I really be going.
Okay. So you got 2.
Yeah.
So okay, if you have 2, then you know what you're doing. I think.
For sure.
Like you have like your bowling balls, you hook it, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. What equipment do you use? Like what company?
Storm.
Storm, yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I go bowling with teammates, friends, they're always just like, oh, here he goes. They don't want to go bowling with me. It's like they see me grab the balls out the cart. It's like, all right, you can't even have fun.
My friends in high school stopped bowling with me. Like they stopped because we would go cosmic bowling on Friday nights, and of course, like if I miss a 10 pin, I get upset.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not going with you anymore because you just get mad. Like we're supposed to have fun. So I feel you. So if you need someone to go bowling with, hit me up.
No, I got you. I'm here.
You've been bowling longer, or you've been fishing longer?
Definitely been fishing longer.
Yeah,
I just got into bowling I say the end of high school.
Okay.
Coming here, I talked to my coach about it. He thinks he's better than me, but I beat him out in Eugene like twice.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll take the crown in there.
Wait, you fished in Eugene?
No, I bowled in Eugene.
You bowled in Eugene.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Was that with like an alley ball?
Yeah, it was alley ball.
Man, good for you, out there beating people. So you're a man of many talents. You high jump, you bowl, you fish. What else do we need to know about you? I feel like there's more to this. There's more to this. You're an interesting guy now. You might be the most interesting high jump national champion.
There's really a lot out there. Now, I really can't just specifically speak on it. Like, there's a bunch of things I really can do.
What was growing up in Fulton, Mississippi like? What was your childhood like?
It was really like just being outside a lot. Like I said, going to church, spending time with family, cousins, just outside just doing whatever to stay busy, just being a good kid.
Is there a lot to do out there?
It kind of is, Some people think you have to be in a big city, flashing lights, big buildings to thrive. But I think honestly, with the right group of people, you can make nothing into anything.
What'd you guys do outside and stuff to entertain yourselves?
Really just fishing, playing football, random sports.
What else did you play?
I played football and baseball outside of basketball.
If there was outside of basketball and track, if you could be a national champion in football, baseball, bowling, or I guess even fishing, if you could win a fishing championship, which one would you rather?
I would definitely say football, just for the publicity. Football is a popular sport, especially out here in America and Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's a good point. You friends with any like student athletes outside of your team?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, a couple guys on the basketball team, football team.
Who are you close with?
Because
I'm curious about this is a big athletic department, and there's so many student athletes and so many teams on this campus. I don't know if you all like bond or if you all like.
Oh, we definitely do. I feel like every sport has their first sake of how athletes act. You can be like, oh, that's a football guy. Oh, that's a basketball guy.
Yeah.
But when I first got here, I definitely was labeled as a basketball. Like everywhere I go, everyone thought I was on the basketball team.
Interesting. What's the culture of the track and field team like?
The culture, I kind of say is a little bit all over the place, really. You have those guys that definitely wants to be there, definitely wants to work, definitely wants to win. And then there might be some out there that might not feel the same, or in their realism of okay, I'm on the track and field team. We're trying to do something big here.
Mm-hmm. What's your relationship like with your coaches?
Relationship is great. We joke all the time. Like I said, I come back, I go out to fishing trip. I come back, tell him about the experience, tell him how I almost was bowling 200, but I lost the 10 pin. I couldn't strike no more. It's just things like that. The relationship is definitely there. And I think that's definitely important no matter what the sport is, you know.
Mhm.
You can't just look at them as a coach. You got to look at them as more than that.
Yeah. To somebody who may or may not be thinking about coming to Ole Miss, kind of in your shoes, where maybe they want to walk on somewhere and they want to be the next you. Why is Ole Miss the perfect place to be?
It's the perfect place to be just for like the environment for real. It's a real friendly environment. Like I feel like all the staff here, you know, they want to see you win. They want to see you succeed. You know, the help around is amazing. They don't want to help you just because it's their job. They want to help you because they actually care. They actually want to see you because you're an Ole Miss athlete. You're attending university. They want to see you win no matter what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I got for you, man. This was killer. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
You need to get to that 200. Let me know. I got
you.
you.
I'm gonna work on it this summer for sure.
Well, I'm in a Monday league, so if you want to be entertained on Mondays, let me know.
Okay, I might come there for sure.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.